Hi guys, welcome to today's live. This is me again, Adaoju, gracing your beautiful screens. I know you guys will be like, Ada is always coming up in, is it in, on, choose one, or godly hours to do a live video. But guys, I am here and I'm here with something to make your sewing journey, to make your pattern drafting journey easier. You guys know that whatever I find that looks good, whatever I find that makes sewing easier for me or pattern drafting easier for me, I like to share it with you people because you guys are my real G, you guys are my oldies, you guys are my you're my friends. You guys are my, what do they call that in ride or die? So if this is the first time you're seeing my face, welcome. I'm Adaoju here on Stitch a Dress. I do here on Stitch a Dress, I do sewing tutorials, sewing tips, sewing tricks, fashion business tips, pattern drafting, just name it. When it comes to sewing, I'm here for you people. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys things I bought to make pattern drafting easier for me because uh sometimes when I'm drafting pattern or when I have to cut a pattern, I tend to start to grumble on my own because there are some shortcomings with some of my tools. So I decided that, you know what, I am going to buy some things to make life easier for me. And the first thing I bought is this rotary cutter. I don't know why I call it roller cutter, okay, but it's a rotary cutter. The first thing I got is this rotary cutter. And the reason why I got it is simply because sometimes I am not in the mood to cut a pattern with my scissors, and you guys know that with rotary pattern, especially if you've had a long day of drafting patterns, with this rotary cutter you just roll it and just cut your pattern smooth and easy. And you guys know that when it comes to pattern drafting, if you after drafting a pattern and you want to cut the neckline, especially if it's a curvy neckline or the armhole curve, with your scissors sometimes it's a little tricky. You have to be very, very careful so you don't go ahead and overcut the pattern. So something that has made pattern drafting easier for me is a rotary cutter. So you want to enjoy your pattern drafting, especially around the curvy ends, especially when you are tired or you have bulk order, get a rotary cutter. Trust me, it will save you 50% of the trouble. Trust me. Now the next thing I got is this healing mat. Some people call it healing mat, some people call it cutting mat. I like to go with the cutting mat because I'm not really feeling this healing mat thing, even though it's a healing mat, because I think when you cut through, okay, it doesn't like leave a dent. Of course, I've unboxed this thing before, so if you see me bringing it out of the pack, I just want it to look fresh for you guys. So the next thing I got is this healing mat. I know you guys will see it like, oh, the mat is so small, but trust me guys, when it comes to placing it for around the neckline or around the armhole curve, it does the job. Okay, it does the job. And you guys know that healing mats are very expensive, but I'm glad I was able to get, because all these things came in a set. Okay, so I got this healing mat as well. And trust me, right now I'm always looking forward to drafting pattern, because I'm not always thinking that, oh, if I try to use maybe a rotary cutter, it's going to slice, it's going to dent my fabric, because trust me, I've lost a lot of fabric from using just my rotary cutter without a cutting mat or a healing mat, whatever you call it. Okay, and if you are into this healing mat is calibrated, so in case maybe you want to do some cutting and you need straight on measurement, this healing mat is calibrated and it will also help you with your angles. Okay, now the next thing I got is this ruler. Okay, this ruler, it's a square ruler, and sometimes there are different types of it. Some come really long, but I opted for this square one. Okay, I opted for this square one because when you're using a rotary cutter, you need sort of like a wedge or a ruler to hold the fabric in place, sort of to give it to put it in place so you can easily glide your fabric through, because you need this to hold the fabric in place so it's not moving up and down. Because trust me, this thing is sharp. This thing has gone through 20 layers of fabric and still ended up denting the other fabric under. So you need this thing to hold the fabric in place when you're using your rotary cutter. And sometimes you use this for drafting patterns. It's easy. Maybe you want to get a quick box. This also helps. It's also a ruler. Okay, so I got this as well. And trust me guys, life has been easier. Life has been simpler. I don't know. I'm like, when I got this in the mail, I was so happy because trust me, if you draft pattern on a daily basis, or you want to go into ready to wear, or you want to be drafting pattern as a tailor, you need these handy tools to make life simple. See, suffer, nobody receives a medal for suffering, so make your job easier. Okay, I got these things for myself, and if you also want to make your job easier, you have to get these things for yourself too. Now the next thing I got is this pin. Why am I calling it pin? This clip. Let me open it and show you guys. I'm not, trust me guys, I am not, you guys, if you're on this channel, you know that I am not a sewing tool junkie. I only get the essentials. I got this tool. Can you guys see it? Okay, this is a white one. Let me look for another color so you will see it very well. Okay, this is it. Yeah, so I got this because a lot of the times when I'm done drafting my pattern, you guys know that when you're putting your pattern on the fabric, that center, okay, that one they call center front or the back, sometimes it's very difficult for your pin to go through. And a lot of the times when you try to lap your pattern on the fabric, because you are trying to pin it, it's moving here and there. So what I just simply do is, let's say for example, this is the fabric. Okay, this is the fabric and this is the pattern. All I do is lap it here. All I do is lap it like this. Okay, and I just use my pin, and I just use this clip or peg to just hold it down, to make sure that everything is accurate. Because what happens with me a lot of the time, you guys can see that it's well lapped here. Okay, let me bring it closer. You guys can see that it's well lined and well lapped here. Because what happens to me a lot of the times is when I'm done drafting my pattern and I'm trying to pin it here, I know a lot of you have experienced this too. If you've experienced it, let me know in the comment section. Also let me know what time it is wherever you are in the world, the country you are watching from, and what time it is where you are. Okay, so what happens a lot of the times is if I'm trying to use my pin to go through this place, it tends to shift. By the time I'm done putting my pattern, let's say this is the fabric and this is the pattern, by the time I'm done putting my pattern on it, what I get is, it's shifting by maybe half a millimeter or sometimes a couple of millimeters, which is not really good because it will affect the fabric. So something I got again to make it easier for me are these clips. Okay, and trust me, life has been good. Now the next thing I got is this clip, these pins, these office pins that have heads. How like that have butterfly heads, or no, bow tie heads, are these office pins. And I've been a believer for the longest time. I use the normal office pins every day for my pattern drafting. But something I started noticing, or I've noticed before, and I chose to ignore. But right now, I'm about the soft life. I'm about the soft life. Something I notice is sometimes I might put a pin, okay, I might put a pin on a pattern, and the next thing, because the head of the pin is very small, it will just go through the pattern. And next thing I'm like, I thought I pinned this pattern here, and sometimes I even forget, and I'm done cutting, and before you know, the pin has moved, the pattern has moved, and I have error. So something that has really helped is this pin, because it has a big head, so it can't even go away from the pattern paper. So I don't have this issue of struggling to pin it back. The pattern is shifting, it is moving, it is disturbing me. I use this pin, and this pin, you can see guys that it's long, so it goes a longer way compared to the other normal basic office pin. And it has heads, this bow tie head. Sometimes they have rounded heads, they come in different designs, and it just holds the whole pattern in place. Okay, now this is something else I got, I am really excited about. Now the next thing I got in this pack, because I told you guys it came in a box, the next thing I got is this cutter. And this cutter, I have something like this before, okay, and I use this for slicing. Sometimes I just open it up like this here. So yeah, so sometimes I just open it up like this, and use it for slicing my pattern. A lot of it, some other times I just use it for my main piece. So for my main fabric, when I'm cutting, I use it to cut threads. I just have this as a spare. Okay, this one came like a bonus in the whole pack. Okay, now the next thing I got, this one is the main tool, especially if you are into spreading and slicing of patterns. The next thing I got is this pattern, I like to call it pattern knife, whatever that means. You guys know I'm into naming things here on this channel. Yeah, okay, so is this thing is sharp. So you want to make sure you don't keep it close to kids. So if you're into pattern slicing, okay, sometimes you want to take, you guys know that sometimes when you cut your pattern, maybe you didn't really use your scissors well, okay, so you have one extra piece you want to cut out. This is the tool for you. This is the tool for you. Tell me thank you later when you get this pack, because it will easily just go through, you guys can see how sharp and rounded it will just easily go through, the pattern and other places you want. It helps for slicing, and when you want to slice your pattern through, okay, it also helps for taking out those excesses in very, will I say, in very critical points that, if you go in with your scissors, it's just going to mess the whole pattern up. And this is the slicing knife. It also came with the blades, because of course the blades will get blunt after a while, so it came with replaceable blades. I think this is about about 4 or 5 I have here. Yeah, so the next thing that also came, it's also extra blades, okay, for my rotary cutter. Now these are the things I have gotten, guys, that is making pattern drafting easy for me. It all came in this box, okay. And I know you will be wondering, Ada, where did you get it? If you guys don't know, I'm launching my shop soon, the Stitch a Dress shop, and I'm going to be selling all these in the shop, okay. So to get all this, now you guys know that in Nigeria a lot of vendors sell a rotary cutter, just a rotary cutter, for 8,000 naira, okay. But I'm going to be selling all this. That is the rotary cutter, this ruler, the healing mat, the pin, the slicing knife, the extra blade. I'm going to sell it this at a giveaway price for 12,000. It's highly discounted because you guys are my buddies. I want you guys to enjoy this goodie. You guys know that when it comes to only the healing mats, most people, this small one alone goes for like 5,000 naira. But I'm giving you all these in a bundle, in a box like this, for 12,000 naira, and it's based on pre-order for now, okay. So if you want to pre-order yours, you can hit the link in the comment section of this video, and you're going to hit the link in the comment section of this video, which will take you to my Stitch a Dress shop, or you just send me a DM, okay. Send me a DM and we'll talk about it. So guys, let me know in the comment section drafting tools, okay, pattern drafting tools, pattern drafting tips that have make pattern making easier for you. I think there are some other things I want to buy, just one or two, that have made pattern drafting easier for you, because trust me, when it comes to sewing, sewing is stressful, it is enjoyable, and it's also stressful. So you don't want to stress yourself the more by not getting tools to make life easier for you. So in addition to my French curve, okay, and my straight ruler, here are the things I have bought. Thank you for coming into tuning in into today's live. The whole house is quiet. My baby is sleeping. So that's why you guys can see I'm here talking, rolling my mouth. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next live video. Okay. Bye. Bye, guys.